So, Genesis chapter 20 was pretty crazy. Abraham, who many people know in the Bible, visits a king that not very many people know, Abimelech. And he pulls a trick that he pulled on the Egyptian pharaoh that was kind of messed up. He tells the Egyptian pharaoh that his wife, Sarah, is not actually his wife, but his sister. He says so that he won't get killed by the pharaoh. He does this to Abimelech. It's basically the same story. God appears to Abimelech in a dream, and he goes, hey, he literally says, this is Genesis chapter 20, verse 3, you are as good as dead because of the woman you have taken. She is a married woman. And then Abimelech goes back to Abraham. He wakes up, he goes, hey, whoa, you didn't tell me this was your wife. And then Abraham, to wriggle out of this situation, he goes and uses what I call leprechaun logic. Because, listen to this. He says, I said to myself, there's surely no fear of God in this place. The place he was visiting ruled by Abimelech, this city. They will kill me because of my wife. Besides, she really is my sister, the daughter of my father, though not of my mother. So Abram plays the incest card to his favor. What did I say? Did I say Abraham, I am going to have to look at this when I edit. I'm going to leave it in if I misspoke. Abraham says of his wife, what was I saying? Abraham literally goes, actually, she is my sister. She's my half-sister, and I just didn't tell you. So he goes, gotcha, pulled you in, you fell into my trap. There's a point that I brought up in the previous video, the long-form video that's on my YouTube channel, as well as this one. This is really messed up, and God shouldn't be supporting it. There is a section where he appears in a second dream to Abimelech, and he goes, like, Abimelech defends himself. He goes, I did this with a clean conscience. I didn't know it was his wife, and it's both. And then God goes, oh, I know you did. I just wanted to, threaten you first. He doesn't say that, but that's what he did. And then he goes, but if you don't return her, then everyone who belongs to you will die. That's the word he uses, belongs to you, which does apparently include female slaves. And his wife or wives, his wife. God healed. This is what happens at the end. He gives Sarah back. He gives them a bunch of stuff. And he says to Abram, what does he give Abram? Abraham. That's what I said earlier. I said Abram. His name's Abraham now because it switched earlier. He goes, my land is before you. Live wherever you want. He gives him sheep. He gives him cattle. He gives him male slaves. He gives him female slaves. And then he goes over to Sarah, and this is not funny. I almost said funny, but it's messed up. He goes, I'm giving your brother 1,000 shekels of silver, which is a lot of money, I believe. I guess I would have to look up the conversion or not convert. It's not a conversion chart for this, but whatever it was worth at the time. If you know how much 1,000 shekels is, or even a single shekel, so we can do some quick math, let me know. But he goes, I'm giving your brother 1,000 shekels of silver. He goes, hey, come here. And he doesn't give her anything. He just goes, you see your brother over there? The one I just gave all those, the slaves and the cattle and the land. I'm also giving him a ton of money. And you're just going to have to ask him if you ever want anything. I just wanted you to know. I don't know why he addresses Sarah for that. He goes, hey, your husband brother is getting a lot of money. You're welcome. And then he says it's to cover the offense of this whole deal, this whole transaction, so that you're completely vindicated. And then the last thing that happens is God comes in and he heals Abimelech. We didn't even know he was sick or that anything was wrong. It says he heals Abimelech, his wife, his female slaves, so that they could have children again. He made all of them barren. There's another word for it. I don't remember what the word is. He caused them not to be able to have children. Incontinent? I don't think it's either of those things. He doesn't allow them to have kids, and they didn't even know. They didn't know they were doing anything wrong, and he prevents them from conceiving, which... that's messed up. I mean, I'll make the point again. That's not a cool move on God's part. It's just, what am I supposed to say about that? That's the end of chapter 20. We're 40% of the way through Genesis. Follow along if you want to hear the rest. See you guys in the next video.